this video today, and I already had 2 or maybe 3 tantrums about it because it feels really scary to do this. It just makes you overanalyze everything, and this, like recording this and talking to you and talking about the things that feel scary to me, is sort of me tackling my fear as well. And what I try to do is I try to help and empower people to take on the things that scare them in order to kind of tolerate that feeling of feeling scared more so that we can change our lives. So I've been really analyzing what truly scares me, like what's the thing I'm really afraid to say out loud, and I've come up with a couple big ones, and today I'm going to talk about one of them, and it is why I'm scared to buy a house. So today we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons why I'm scared to buy a house, and then I'm going to make a commitment to do something about that at the end. So here it is, top 10 reasons. Number 1, paying a mortgage, the idea of that makes me feel stuck. And I like to feel free. So the idea of committing to this huge chunk of money that could last my lifetime, or even just the big chunk of money every month, just really frightens me because I feel like I don't have much options. And living in Hawaii is even more so because I feel like if I was ready to leave Hawaii, or if I needed to, it'd be more difficult to do that. And I know there are lots of reasons of why I shouldn't be scared of that, but the feeling it's there, that scares me. Number 2, I think what's really valuable as you become an adult is to have all these choices and have all this freedom and independence, and have more control of your life. And I feel like when you're really tied down to bills and debt, you have less control of your choices. I couldn't do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. Every time someone invites me to go to dinner, I can't say yes. I can't go on every single vacation, even if I feel it. Not that I do all of that now, but the idea that I would have even less control of that is really scary to me. Number 3, I'm afraid I just can't do it. What if I can't do it? And I'll tell you that a lot of these things are tied to buying a home, but in particular, it's about saving the money and what I have to do in my life in order to be able to buy a home. And so I'm afraid I can't do it. I'm afraid I'll fail, and I'm not organized enough. I'm not making enough money. Like I don't have the skills to save enough or be frugal enough, or I can't make all the sacrifices I need to. And like I said, there are lots of reasons why that's not true, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're just having some really honest moments about some of the thoughts that pop in my head and why I think it's scary. Number 4 is, what if I mess up the mortgage and mess up my financial future and my credit and my whole life? There's that. Number 5 is tied to the saving money part, which is tied to the spending money part. So I think a lot of us, all of us really, do things when we feel sad and overwhelmed and angry and all the things to try to avoid feeling those things. And I've done a lot of that in the past, and I have a much better handle on it. But I know there are times where I'm purchasing things, like even small things, like things at a convenience store, because there's a moment where I'm just trying to escape with something else. And committing to making so much sacrifice that it's letting go of one of those vices is scary. Is it necessary? Is it a good thing to do? Yes, but it's scary. Number 7 has to do what I've already mentioned, is just not being able to afford a lot of things, but it also has to do with parenting. it makes me feel scared that if I make a commitment to save and sacrifice what I need to in order to make this happen, that I won't be able to do the things I want to or the purchases I want to make for my daughter. And that will be hard for her to understand. And today we went to swimming lessons and I bought her a new bathing suit because she needed one, or at least I justified that in my head. And it made me a little frightened that if I'm going to make a really huge commitment to do what I need to do to make this saving for a house thing possible as a single mother on a fixed income, that I would have to let go of a lot of things. Is that bad? No, but is it scary? Yes. Number 8 is I'm afraid that there's no room for adventure. You know, I want to travel and see the world and see all the beautiful things in the world. And if my priority is saving money and or then buying a mortgage, I'm just afraid that there'll be less opportunity for that. And this is kind of related, but the other thing is in order to do all these things that's necessary, it requires a lot of planning, just on a day-to-day basis, like meal prepping, knowing what you're going to need during the day so that you don't purchase it, like long-term planning, lots of planning. And I'm afraid that it's going to eliminate a lot of the things that I have in my life because I'll have to spend so much time planning. Okay, number 9 is I will have to make a big change in my life in order to buy a house here in Hawaii. I won't be able to live in the area of the island that I've grown up in because there's no way I could afford it. I really can't afford much in Hawaii at all. In fact, it will probably be a shoebox in a neighborhood I've never been to. And that is scary, that I'll have to kind of leave the communities that I grew up in order to make this happen. Number 10 is something that I've actually already been working on. I initially thought that this dream would be impossible for me because of my credit. Your credit score is like a giant number that signifies mistakes that you've made in the past, struggles you've had in the past. Like, for me, it represents rather a really difficult time in my life where I just had to pretend like nothing was happening. I didn't see bills, I didn't see anything because I was just trying to survive. So the idea of like taking that head on face to face and taking accountability for that number and the mistakes that I'd made, even when I thought it was the only thing possible to do, it's still really scary. But it's something I've already been working towards because I've been thinking about this journey for a while, but never made enough commitment to get the money together to do it. But I have been making progress with my credit and really coming face to face with my mistakes there in the past. So that's my top 10 reasons. There are other reasons, and there's so many things to talk about in regards to this topic. I want to share with you what I already have done, what didn't work, and what I totally messed up on and how I do it different. But we'll do that another time. Right now, I have a big commitment to make. So this is my commitment. I have a goal to save $20,000 in 1 year. My daughter's filming and her eyes got really big. For me, on my income, it's a really, really lofty goal. But I think if I'm really going to make this happen, I have to get serious and be extreme and commit. So I'll share with you how I think I'm going to do that, and I don't know yet, really. But I want to share the journey and what I need to do to make it happen, so hopefully I can inspire others. So this is my tiny little baby YouTube channel, and I hope that you subscribe so that you can come on this journey with me, so we can all face our fears and change our life, and you can come on this journey with me while I try to take on the things that I fear. So give this video a thumbs up. That's what my daughter says she's doing. Give it a thumbs up, and I said subscribe. Do all the things that are great to do, And I'll see you next time because actually I have some really fun things coming up. Bye. Aloha.
Kelly Deegan
Kelly Deegan.
will be back soon.